On the island of Newfoundland, upon the southwest coast, lies the little town of Virgil, to whom I'll sing this toast. There are so many highlands that lie just off her shore, and when the cold north wind blows, you can hear the billows roar. The people from the village make their living from the sea. They like their independence. It shows that they are free. Some fish in their small boats in the wind, the rain and sleet, while others make their living on the offshore trawler fleet. They've known their share of tragedies down through the years, and when the memories overcome, they show their grief with tears. For they have lost some loved ones to the furies of the seas, for heartaches and heartbreaks are locked in memories. This village has got beauty carved on its rugged shore. 7 miles of pure white sand. Who could ask for more? The mountains and the valleys where the rivers run so fast, and the salmon rise to the sportsman's fly as he makes another cast. Tell the people of this village love their native home, for anyone who goes away, oh surely will return. Just like that lifelong mystery, the answer you won't know. What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul? What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul?
Good evening, and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have customer appreciation and grand opening at Scott's Garage, town water shut off, school report. Please stay tuned for these stories after this.
Remembering is difficult, but even more difficult if you have Alzheimer's disease, a disease that affects the brain, erases memory, and eventually takes life. The Alzheimer's Society is fighting back. It provides support, information, and funds research into finding the cause and a cure. Until then, remember this.
On Saturday, Scott's Garage held its annual Customer Appreciation Day and grand opening of the new part of its building. Inside the building consists of a cash register and counter where customers pay for gas and other products, an ATM machine, a cappuccino machine, and a sitting area. For their customer appreciation, free hot dogs, pop, and cake were served, and names were put into a box for prizes.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, it did. Oh, I love it.
While at Scott's garage, Dean McDonald came into town with a moose inn on the top of his vehicle. This animal was killed with bow and arrow, which opened on August the 30th. Hunting season for guns and rifles opened this weekend. I wish all the hunters a very successful hunting season and to remember to keep safe and follow all the safety guides. On Monday, the town had the water turned off to do repairs to the water line near Gaw Ann's. The water was shut off for approximately 1.5 days. I took my camera up to watch as the workers were digging up the hole for repairs. On Wednesday morning, as the Gallipoli was making her morning run, a few of the vehicles shifted, causing damage to them. 7 out of 8 vehicles were damaged, some severe while others were minor. One person commented that even though the weather was not smooth, they had it worse than this with no problems. People had gathered around as personnel assisted the problem. An investigation is now underway to determine the cause. Mr. Penny, as his school report.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank Maxine and BBS for coming in and doing another interview. It's been a while since we've done one. Again, I think last year I said it'd be nice to get one done every 6 or 8 weeks, but sometimes I guess time really takes hold, and unfortunately we don't get to do all the interviews that we would like. But with that being said, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone back to another school year. Obviously including the students, the teachers, and the parents as well. The parents are obviously a big part of our school system, and again, a welcome to everybody. We also have a few new teachers to our school. We have a new French teacher, Matthew House, a new special services teacher, Tina Atcher. We have Sheldon Shears returning again this year. Sheldon was with us last year for half-time, and Sheldon this year is the the elementary and junior high English teacher. He teaches English in grades 4, 6, 7, and 8. And also we, some strange reason I guess, we found some difficulty in trying our math teacher over the summer, and Mr. Ken Benoit was art into Labor Day weekend, and certainly welcome him to our school. We also have a new CIS worker, Communities and Schools worker, and her name is Stephanie Strickland. With all of them, a big welcome, and I'm sure they will enjoy their year with us. We also have 2 EF students, the exchange students with us. One's in grade 10, Sakiko, and one's in grade 11, Elsa. And now one is from I'm probably going to get this wrong. I think one is either Japan or Hong Kong, and I think one is also just from outside of Hong Kong. But we had three students here with us last year for the EFN Nation, and I'm expecting another great year with those kids. This Monday at 7 o'clock here at the school, we're going to have our annual curriculum night. I believe I have it on BBS right now that K to 6 parents are asked to meet in their child's classroom with their teacher. The 7 to 12 parents, you can meet down in the gym, and we will kind of do a go about down there. Tables will be set up with individual teachers, and about 7:45 or so we'll have a little lunch served. So I encourage all parents to come out, meet the new teachers, welcome everybody back to another school year, and certainly bring forth any questions or concerns that you may have. And again, look forward to seeing everybody there. For the parents of the grads, we're having a meeting on Wednesday night at 7:30, and I would encourage all the parents for the grads, a very important meeting that you come out, a number of things to discuss. I want to thank Dana Pink for taking over the graduation committee, I guess, this year. So Dana and myself will be there, again, to answer any questions, kind of outline the fundraising and whatnot. That seems to be the biggest bulk of the year for the grads, so I look forward to seeing those parents. Now, there was one teacher I forgot to mention. We have a new VP this year, Mrs. Heather Billard. Sorry, but forgot her earlier, and again, I'm sure we'll have a very successful year with Mrs. Billard. Just a number of things I want to mention with regards to the parents and some of the issues with the students. Regarding our school grounds, just want to remind parents of the parking area. There's plenty of parking right in front of the primary elementary wing, in front of the school itself, down by the gymnasium. I'd ask the parents, certainly when they come at lunchtime, seems to be the biggest issue, to please park in the appropriate areas, not on the no parking zones, which is for the bus parking only. That's directly in front of the school and across from, I guess, the parking lot for the primary elementary wing. Seemed like a few drivers wanted to park there last year. Seemed to be going very smoothly so far this year, so thank everyone for that. But please use up the parking areas, the appropriate areas. Also, when leaving the school grounds, I guess as you exit the playground area, the town council has painted a white line about a foot, I guess, from the shoulder of the road, which is for walking only. So right now, that exit is for one lane traffic only, and I'd ask parents to please abide by those rules, and please certainly be on the lookout for our students and teachers and whatnot who walk out that way. And certainly thanks to the council for doing that. Also, a reminder to everyone that our school grounds are smoke-free, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Parents, anybody actually, are not permitted to smoke on school grounds. Our signs are there. I don't believe we had any issues last year, so again, a big thank you to the community for that. A couple policies, just a reminder of our nutrition policy. Our canteen will not be selling pop or chips anymore. There are items that we are required to sell, others obviously we're not, so we have to abide by those policies. And I would certainly encourage parents that when their child is bringing in snacks, or if they stay for dinner, to kind of try to make it as nutritious as possible. If a child do come in with a can of pop or a bag of chips, obviously we will not go to them and say they're not allowed to have it, but I think we all work together for a good reason, good purpose, to keep the nutrition in mind. Our snack program should be up and running by now. And again, a big thank you to the snack ladies and the volunteers who take part in that each year, and without them, certainly the program would not be possible. On September the 26th, I know there's a lot of information coming at you right now, but on September the 26th, Friday, it's going to be a Living Healthy Commotions Day. We had one last year, and there'll be more information supplied to the students over the next week or so on that. I'd also like to mention school fundraising. This year we have, as in the past number of years, we have 3 bingos allotted, and we usually raise between $4,500 and $5,000 from those 3 bingos. Outstanding job by all the students, and certainly ask parents to encourage their kids to sell their bingo cards. Kids will be given 3 packs Some will be given, if there's more than one in the family, the second and third one will be given 2 packs. So I don't think there's a lot to ask regarding the fundraising. And a reminder that a recycling can be dropped off at our school at any time, usually every 2 weeks. We get Mel to come and pick it up. But obviously if there's a fair bit that comes in, we can go, I guess, increase it to more times if necessary. So again, from those 2 fundraisers, there's not much else we do, and I think we're very fortunate. A lot of schools get into selling a lot of items, and it's a lot of work for our teachers, a lot of work for, certainly for our students and parents. And I think with those fundraising items, we do well, and again, that money goes directly back into the students. Yes, a big chunk of it goes with travel, but a lot in the past we've used to buy computers and various software and I guess items, liquid ink and paper and whatnot. So money is well used. Obviously, as the town is aware, our boil order is on. We have right now water in our school, the water coolers, but certainly encourage students if they want to bring bottles of water to school. As long as they are treating it with respect in the classroom, we have no issues with that. And certainly if they got a day they got phys ed, certainly students come out of those classes quite thirsty. So the fountains are turned off. And like I said, the water is there, like I said, in our coolers. But a lot of kids do bring their own water as well. A couple other things. Fire drills, as any year, we start off very shortly, have hopefully 2 or 3 fire drills. And obviously I would ask a parent speak to their child regarding the importance of our fire drills. And it came a little scary for some of the younger ones, especially our new kindergarten students. So parents, please take the time to chat with them about that. I know the teachers have. And also we have a lockdown procedures, and that's something that came out last year, and every school is required to have a lockdown procedure in place. If you're requiring some information on that, I'd ask you to contact your teacher of your child. Even curriculum night, you can question the teachers on that. But I think it's very evident of what it's about. It's a procedure where we lock down the school, classroom doors are shut, kids will get on the floor, away from windows, curtains will go across the windows and things like that. But and that can be extremely scary. But obviously, well, sadly, I guess we need to be prepared for anything that could happen along the lines of someone coming in that shouldn't be here, or someone outside the school. A couple of things as well that came up last year: cell phones. Students are not permitted to have or use cell phones in school unless they got permission from a teacher or myself. Students are permitted, if they like, to bring their cell phones to school, but they should be completely out of view of any teacher or myself while in the building. If not, we will take their cell phone. They can have it back at the end of the day for the first time, but we will increase the number of days that we will keep the cell phone, and even to the point of getting parents to come in and pick it up. I know a lot of schools in our province completely ban cell phones whatsoever. So we're fortunate enough that we're allowing our kids to bring it in, just not to have it out in their classrooms. Same with laptops. They can bring it to school if their teacher permits it. They are not to hook it up to our internet. Last year we had some issues with downloading. Students were leaving it plugged in, leaving and downloading movies and things that shouldn't be downloaded. And for that reason, we had to be very careful with our laptops. And that goes in with MSN. Students are not allowed on that. And some other issues and information was sent home to parents last year. 3 other things that's kind of, I guess, been, I'll say, getting worse over the last few years is lateness, students signing out, and just complete absenteeism. We have ample students who come to school late, and I see absolutely no reason for that whatsoever. We have a bus service in our community. Most kids are in short walking distance, but some of them are coming in, and it's like a minute and 2, 3 minutes late, which is just a kind of an interruption enough in our classes. And I ask the parents, please, to make sure that your child is to school on time. They know the bell schedule. And if you need a copy of that, you can contact the school. Signing out, We've allowed students to call home, check in if they were not feeling well, to see if they can go home. This year, and we should have done in the past, but we will be doing the calling, especially for students in grades 7 to 12. But some students kind of want to sign out just to, I guess, get out of school a little early or whatnot. Right now, we're going to ask students to have a seat in the office. Now, if we see that they are completely not feeling well, we'll make a call home and make sure that they get home safe and sound. Absenteeism, same thing, along with lateness. We have a number of students who are just not showing up to school at all. And that's unfortunate because for years, Burgeo was known to be, I say, at the top of the list in this province on the few numbers of absenteeisms that we have. Parents, you have to have your kids in school legally, but sometimes parents want to leave or let kids stay home because the weather's not suitable. Some of that can be understandable. I don't see really for high school kids, and that's where some of this is happening and our biggest problems are. So please make sure your kids are in school, and then we run into less problems at the end of the year with repeating a grade or going to summer school, some of those issues, doing supplementary exams. I don't think that would be where it's to if our kids were in school. Another thing with our school that I want to kind of, I guess, praise up a bit, where we are a small community and we are a fair distance away from other communities out across Burgeo Road, just about 2 hours away from Stephenville and whatnot. Our students still have a lot of things to get involved in. We have mentoring, cadets, a fabulous organization, respect team. We have a number of sports teams that we access throughout the year. Our student council, morning exercises, our after-school sports, and I'm sure I've forgotten a number of those, but there's a lot of things our kids can get involved in. Some of these they may not be able to get involved in, but I'm sure if there was something here, well, there is something here for everybody if they want to access it, and I guess to get our students motivated seems to be one of the biggest problems we got in education right now. How do we motivate our kids to do that? And we try, but it seems like sometimes we don't have a lot of success. So again, parents can certainly speak to their child regarding some of those issues. Same goes with homework, studying. We will try to continue to put our tests and updates on BBS. It's a great way to get the information to the parents. But our students need to start taking responsibility for themselves, and this can start very early. And late primary grades, certainly through elementary and definitely into junior high and high school, a lot of our kids want to put responsibility on other people. Other our teachers, they want to put responsibility on parents. They're the ones that are in school. They need to start taking some of this responsibility. And again, with homework and whatnot, certainly encourage parents to help it as much as they can. But as I'm sure we're all well aware, when a student gets into grade 7 and up, there's a lot of stuff parents can't help them with, and that is completely understandable. But we have tutoring for tuition on the go when it gets set up. We have a lot of our teachers who stay beyond after school for extra help. We have other tutoring involved late in the year when final exams come up. So there's a lot of reasons there for our kids to be doing well. And our kids have been doing well. We want to keep it that way. But at times it seems like dropping a little bit, and that I guess can be expected with small numbers. But I'm sure there's still more we can do to increase our results. And the final thing I guess I'd like to mention is regarding our school council. Our school council has not met yet. We should be within the next week or so. But if we're looking for new members, I will place it on TV. And also any issues that arise throughout the year, this is the avenue that parents should take to send letters, speak to someone on the council, and I will put names of our council members on TV after we have our first meeting. But it's a great way to get something across if you want to go that route, as well as you can call at any time when I'm not in class. I'm sure I'll be able to answer your calls as best as possible. Same with Mrs. Billert. Anything we can do, we certainly will. And obviously on that note, that concludes my piece of it, I guess. I'm sure there's some things I've forgotten, but once again, I can't believe the summer's over, but welcome everybody back. Looking forward to another exciting year. And I think if we look at the things I've just mentioned, I think we will have a very, very successful year. Thank you.
On Thursday morning, Burgeo Academy held its first fire drill. These drills are done to ensure that the students and staff know the proper way to exit the building and where to meet. Once Mr. Penny was sure that all students and staff were out in their proper meeting place, he got them to go back in. This concludes our programming for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.